It's episodes like this where I feel justified in saying that Rainbow Dash is my least favorite of the main 6. I'll go ahead and say it, I don't really like this episode that much. I don't think it's as bad as some of the other episodes that I don't like Ne'er-Do-Well or Daring Don't, but it's still pretty bad in my opinion. The plot of this episode revolves around Rainbow Dash trying to stop Winter because she doesn't want Tank to hibernate. And Rainbow Dash is incredibly stubborn throughout the episode. I mean, she's been stubborn before, but this is like taking it to the next level. Trying to prevent an animal's natural instinct is kind of going too far. I don't know, maybe I just don't really like Rainbow Dash that much and I don't really like episodes focused on her, even though there are some episodes focused on her that I did like in the past, but those were like from like season 1 and 2. Speaking of season 2, that's the season that we were introduced to Tank, and then later on in season 3 we had an episode with all the pets, and in season 4 I don't really remember anything about Tank in there, or any of the pets for that matter. Come to think of it, where's Winona? The only pet that I see a lot in the series is Angel, and that makes sense because Fluttershy is always around animals. And I guess Opal is sort of the secondary pet that we see a lot. But all of the others we don't really see that much. So it's really hard for me to get attached to the pets during a whole episode, because we haven't really seen much of them throughout the past 4 seasons. Another thing that bothered me in this episode was the Game of Thrones joke. It's not that I dislike Game of Thrones, I just don't really care about it. And plus, the Winter is Coming meme is sort of like 3 years old now, is kind of gone and past. I remember people using that meme in the winter of 2011 for pony episodes, so I feel like that reference is a bit dated at this point. I'm sure to a lot of people it won't affect them at all because they're not really sure what it's referencing. But one thing that bothered me about that reference in the show is that Twilight looked directly at the camera. If she was looking off to the side diagonally, I wouldn't be that bothered by it, but the fact that she looked directly into the camera bothers me. Though there's not actually any camera there, you know, the fictional camera that's there. Not all of this episode is bad though, there are some things I did really like about it. For instance, the pony names joke, with clear skies, open skies, and fluffy clouds, just showing that there's a problem with MLP names. I also really liked Fluttershy in this episode. I liked her in the beginning when she was talking about hibernation and how Rainbow Dash was just ignorant of the fact that other animals do it besides bears, and Fluttershy just kind of giggled at her ignorance. I just thought that was pretty cute. There's also Rainbow Dash's song in this episode, which is her first solo song ever, if you don't count Rainbow Rocks. And the song sounds really good, but the lyrics are stupid. Though that's the fault of the episode, because the episode has a pretty stupid subject matter. Also, I saw people saying that this episode relates to the stages of grief, which I can definitely see that, but I think it's executed very poorly. Because if you're going to tackle something like grief, you better go all the way or not go at all, because that's a very serious subject matter. I mean, even if we had it with a different pet, because Tank, we don't really know that well. We know Angel a lot better, and even Opal. In fact, seeing Rarity go through the stages of grief would be a lot more entertaining, I think, just because of how dramatic she is. But I guess they had to do it with Rainbow Dash because she's the stupidest. I'm just putting it out there, she's the stupidest of the ponies. I'm not saying that as an opinion. I'm pretty sure Rainbow Dash is the stupidest of them all. All the other ponies are smart about something. Rainbow Dash isn't that bright, which is probably why I don't like her that much. And the other thing I liked about this episode is Applejack crying on the inside. That's the other thing I like. Everything else I didn't really care for at all. So far I would say this is my least favorite of the season. Again, only 5 episodes in, like last week it was only 4 episodes in, but that one was my favorite so far. So this one is my least favorite so far. I know people don't like it when I say Rainbow Dash sucks so much, but I just can't help it. Rainbow Dash sucks so much. If you get offended by that, I don't know what to say, because it is a fictional character. The only way I could think of you getting offended is if you're Ashley Ball herself, but she's not the character, she's the voice actor. So I'm not saying she sucks, Ashley Ball is awesome. I'm saying the character, the concept of Rainbow Dash, as far as this season goes, sucks. I don't like her. So yeah, what did you think of the episode? Did you think it sucked like I did? Or did you actually like it? Which, I don't mind if you like it, that's your opinion. Tell me what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better